love to hate him, whatever it is, this is one villainous scene.
Cool. So it's like one marvelous scene, but not just Marvel, just bad guys in general. Cool. When was this posted this time? August 4th, so not very long ago. Definitely cool. Let's check to see how many people have done this so far. 204? This was 2 weeks ago. Okay, I know I was late to the one marvelous scene, but now this is crazy. People are jumping on board this. I call Captain America the Winter Soldier. I got dibs on it. None of you better claim that one. I better not see one here. You can pick any movie, not just Marvel movies. I call Breaking Bad. Great show.
Captain America is my favorite superhero. He is everything that you would want from a role model. He's brave, courageous, a great leader, and he doesn't like bullies. But looking back on the MCU movies in which Cap appears, there's one thing that has always been missing with his character for me, and that is that he's not very smart. We never really get to see him be the tactical and militaristic genius that he is in the comics. Instead, in most movies, his role mostly boils down to him being told to go punch bad guys, and then he does it. In Captain America the First Avenger, he goes out of his way to punch the Red Skull, and he wins the war. In the first Avengers movie, he has little clue who Loki is, but he helps punch him. In the second Avengers movie, he has little clue who Ultron is, so he helps punch him. And in Infinity War and Endgame, he barely knows who Thanos is, but he knows he's bad, so he helps punch him. I get that a lot of Cap's disillusion stems from the fact that he's a man out of time, and some of this was done on purpose. And I'm not saying that this makes him a bad character. Cap has his own role on the team as the leader, whereas guys like Tony, Bruce, and even Nick Fury are the brains of the team. In a lot of these instances, the punching has actually just worked and been a victory overall, but in some instances, and in this particular instance, in my favorite movie of all time nonetheless, this catches up to Steve Rogers, and that is the bunker scene in Captain America the Winter Soldier. Captain America the Winter Soldier doesn't really have a main villain. You have Bucky, who's more of a brainwashed anti-hero, Alexander Pierce, who is pulling the strings in the background, Crossbones and his team, who are basically just weapons for Pierce, and then Arnim Zola, who only shows up in one scene, but in that scene, he steals the show. Let's rewind to Captain America the First Avenger, the scene where Steve is crashing into the ice. Now, we're told that Steve is sacrificing himself so that the plane didn't crash into New York City with bombs and kill millions of people, but the audience pretty much knows that this is just a plot device so that Steve can go into the ice and join the Avengers later on. I've always had a problem with this scene, with the logistics of it.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask, why did you have to crash the plane anyway?
There's bombs on board.
Bombs on board. And you couldn't have jumped out of the plane before you crashed it?
But anyways, let's push all that aside, because I believe another reason that Steve wanted to sacrifice himself in the plane was because he felt like his work was done. He just killed the Red Skull, or so he thought, destroyed Hydra, or so he thought, and ended the war, or so he thought. Right there is the main reason on why this bunker scene is so impactful to me. And it's because Steve thinks that he achieved all these things in World War I, but he didn't. Because in Captain America the Winter Soldier, Zola explains us this.
After the war, S.H.I.E.L.D. was founded, and I was recruited. The new Hydra grew, a beautiful parasite inside S.H.I.E.L.D. For 70 years, Hydra has been secretly feeding crisis, reaping war. And when history did not cooperate, history was changed.
That's impossible. S.H.I.E.L.D. would have stopped you.
Accidents will happen.
In just under a minute, Steve Rogers is told that he went into the ice all for nothing, that his efforts in World War II were all for nothing, and that what he achieved in his past was basically all for nothing. Bucky fell off the train for nothing. He gave up his dance with Peggy for nothing, and he basically died for nothing.
We won, Captain. Your death amounts to the same as your life. A zero sum.
This crushes Steve, and in his frustration, he resorts to what I said earlier on what he was good at. He starts punching things. and it doesn't really help him in this scenario. And yeah, while this scene is mostly an exposition dump, we do learn the truth the same time that our characters do, which makes it so much more impactful for me. Now, despite this message coming from a robotic computer system, this is one of the best villain plan reveals I've ever seen in film, and the scene ends with Zola sending a missile to try and kill Black Widow and Steve, but we're only halfway through the movie right now, so we know that they're not going to die. The blast does kill off Zola, though, but, you know, he could totally come back in a robot body as the real power broker. Of course, Steve goes on, he saves the day, and destroys Hydra once and for all. His life mission is finally complete. Hydra is officially gone, and they're never to be seen again. Right? Right? Really? What? Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't do that many Marvel videos on my channel. This is mostly a hockey YouTube channel, but if you're interested in this video, I have a couple videos like this on my channel, or just hockey in general. Feel free to wipe that little bit of smudge off of your screen, which is right above the subscribe button, and you can hit it on your way out. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all in the next video.